All right, what's up, everybody? All things men should know how to do. We're going to start today with a door panel right here. And the door panel is off of 2014 Ford Explorer. It's my son's. This car's beat to hell. Cannot stand it. Got a big ripped upper portion of the panel. Bought a new one. I'll give you a link of where to purchase one and who to purchase it from. I've never done this. I haven't looked at YouTube, but we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. All right, guys, I am back, and I'm hoping this light is not blinding you guys, but hopefully you can see this. I should probably have this in my hand, but I am going to show you what I'm doing. So this right here, this piece right here, I need to use a pick tool to kind of pop it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So hang tight. It's just that easy. There's essentially just a little tab right here that has to be pulled out and pushed down at the same time. Pretty easy, it's self-explanatory. You're going to use a pick tool similar to this. Put it right in there, push it down, and the thing should pop right out nice and easy. So I've got it. Also, make sure all your nuts and bolts and pieces go into a little Tupperware so you don't lose them. And push those out of the way. Some basic trim tool pieces like this. And then I have a power screwdriver, which is awesome. It does come in handy, but I still from time to time have to use a regular screwdriver. All right, it's 9:30 in the morning in my new redone garage, which I'll give you a tour here in a second. Got a little Mojo caffeine to go. Oh, it's hot. All right, let's see how I can work on getting this thing off. So I'm just kind of playing this thing by ear, looking at pieces that look like they might just trim tool pop off. This definitely does. I don't even know if I have to take it off, but I want to try to take it off. I think I need to take that off, so I'm gonna leave it on there for now. I'm just looking for other screws, bolts, and I don't see any. Ah. So I have the new one right here, and I actually took a one-over of it. And you can kind of tell what needs to be popped off. Obviously, this needs to come out with a trim tool. And then this is where the speaker and the door handle are, so this has to come out too. Looks like it just pops out like the window function buttons. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting that done now. Hopefully this is not too far away either, guys. See, I'm just putting that trim tool in there, trying to find the easy pop. And let's hope we don't break it. All right, guys, so I had a little issue getting off this piece here. So I'm trying to pop the door panel off itself. I'm using this tool, which will kind of get those plastic rivets. Don't be afraid to pull and push because it's gonna make a loud pop when you pop it off. So let me see if I have one more and y'all can hear it. here. Got to give it a little tug there. Got to figure out which ones are holding us up. That's one. Know what that is. All right, everybody. Got almost everything done. I'm still trying to figure out. I've got a little hang point somewhere up in here, so I'm going to take a little quick look at it. Be right back. All right, so I found the culprit. There is a plate which I snapped the tab off of. I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. But there is a big bolt right here. That should be my last bolt to pull out. We're going to go ahead and do that now. It's in there pretty good. Let's see. Wow, that came off quick, didn't it? All right, well, that's good stuff. Let me let this dangle slightly. The screw that I dropped, that bad boy over there. And now I'm just gonna use the pick tool to take off the wiring. It's back here, right here, just dangling. There's a couple wires, it's not too hard. Take the wire off the speaker because don't need to do that. Just the controls for the lock and unlock is all I gotta do, so be right back. All right, guys, I went handheld now. So I wanna show you what's holding everything together. I probably can, no, I can't, you can't pull off this piece with a trim tool. The reason why, these right here, pretty big. And if you tug on them too hard, you're gonna snap them. So this right here is the lead for the door handle. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna call them like reverse nuts, to where once I pull these nuts off, the thing should just fall right on out, and then I can remove the old door and start putting on the new panel. So I'll be back. Stay tuned, brothers. All right, guys. Panel is off. How cool. Never done this before. It's not that hard. This came out just like I suspected. Just be careful with it and easy. It's nice. Great speakers. Just kidding. So everything's off. I'm just gonna look for any kind of damage. Anything that may concern me before I start to put the new panel on. You're gonna see these right here. Now these already come on the new panel, so I'm gonna have to pull on these bad boys pretty hard to get them out. So that's the next thing I'm gonna be doing right now, is just taking a pair of pliers and just kind of wiggling this bad boy out. So yeah, we'll go from there. And it also looks, when you start to put this bad boy back on, we'll flip this camera. Hold on, guys. I don't know how to flip the camera, so screw it. There's like a channel right here. That is actually a ledger or a ledge for the new door panel to be put on. Isn't that pretty cool? So make sure you hang it on that, so it's going to help you a little bit with everything else. Be very careful with this, which is the door locks. It is a little flexible when you take this thing off. So make sure you pull up on the panel as much as you possibly can, and then you can manipulate this just enough to get it to come out from the door panel, okay? All right, so that's about it right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on this other piece. So like I said, I'm gonna get started on this. A little intermission, need a little coffee. Grab that coffee. Give you a little quick tour. Since the last time, and the first time I ever did a video, I've had the whole garage redone. Ceiling, walls, my shelving, all done by a professional. They did an outstanding job. These are wood shelves. They used oil primer and then painted over that, so it does have a little sustainability. I also found this plastic, like big rolls of plastic on Amazon. And the reason I put these on there is because I put stuff up here for my car cleaning stuff, like right here. Shout out to Shine Supply, best in the business. My buckets, all of this stuff. I know it doesn't look that great right now, but I know where everything is. So if anything spills on here, which I had before they repainted all this, it's gonna be something that I can easily wipe up. So we'll come over here, little tool chest. I know if anybody is a OCD person, you would not want to look into my tool chest. Did put a TV up as well. And put the hex lighting in, which I love. It is like night and day in here. So we're gonna go ahead and start working on that panel now. All right, fun times, fun times. Okay, boys, so here comes the fun times. Pretty easy. I'd lost my tripod broke, so I don't have a way to do this. But essentially, as you can see, I take this whole device, kind of just slide it through nice and easily. I'm gonna just kind of lay it in place just like this. And there's these already like pre-built-in screws into this device. And I'm gonna line up those holes just like that. Look at that, bam. All right, so that's the first piece. So next thing I'm gonna do is put those little washers back on, and then I'm gonna start plugging in some of the documents, some of the components, as well as get this tucked in here, put this on the ledge, and then I'm gonna start popping the clips, those plastic rivets, which are right here. These should just pop right in. And once I get all that popped in, then I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws and 2 screw cover plates, which would be super easy just to snap back in because they just go on with the trim tool. So here we go. Be right back. All right, here we go, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of these in. I'm gonna put these, I've got a little plastic storage container with Christmas. Yes, we already have Christmas up, guys. So much. I get these damn screws on, which are a pain in the ass, I can already tell. All right, guys, figured out a way to kind of show you what I'm doing. So I've got this right here, and you've got these little screw posts. That's what I'm gonna call them. Been having a hard time trying to figure out what to call them. You gotta kind of get it started, and then get a pair of pliers, put them on the wide mouth option, and then it didn't take too many screws to put on here. Just hang tight. You don't want to break anything. I don't know about you guys, but this stuff is kind of fun to me. I found it challenging, especially since I'm not a mechanic, you know, and I know this is probably somebody that's like an auto mechanic says, oh man, this is some easy shit. Well, maybe for you that's had 20 years training and on-the-job training and experience, but for us DIYers that feel they can do it, it doesn't always go as planned. So Anyways, I'm on my last one here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one on, and I'll come back here shortly. All right, I probably should have shown you, but I didn't have enough hands. So first thing I did when I'm starting to put this back on, the door panel, is I slid the lock-in mechanism back on first. And from this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my wires that connect to the door functions as far as locking. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. The first one is the bigger one, so we're gonna click that in. You hear that little pop. Another one, pop. It's a tiny pop. So now that's all done. Next step is I'm gonna go ahead and put the door functions back on. I know that's probably really close up, but we're gonna do that. It's just gonna sit it in there. Let me look at it real quick. Yeah, it just pops in. Put it in on the top first, and then just snaps right on in. So top side first, and then just push down on the back side, and the back side being where the rear windows are. And then, you know what? I probably should have plugged it in first, like a dumbass, but I can still do it. I just thought it would be a little easier to do it this way. Sure I got that thing going the right direction. All right, so I did it wrong. We're gonna fix it. All right, so I just re-pulled this thing back off. So just gonna line this up. It's pretty simple. Should have put the plug in first, then put the top. I know you can't see this. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta get a new tripod. Just pops right back in. Like so. All that's right back in. It snaps in. You're gonna put this, you're gonna plug it in before you set it back in. You're gonna put this piece down in first, like this. Then you're just gonna push down, and it'll snap and pop right here, because there's a little clip right here. If you ever need to take it off, you take a trim tool, you'll stick it under here, and just rotate, and it'll snap up real easy. All right, let me work on getting this thing hung. I'll come back. All right, guys, I'm back. This is Deli. Come here, Delis. Come here, girl. Come here. It's about 3-year-old. She's sit. Good girl. She is just nervous of this camera. So, but she's my little helper today. She's our son's dog. She's here for a couple weeks since he had a lot of traveling to do. So, all right. Here she comes right back. And then she sees the camera. She's camera shy. All right, so I've got this hanging on the ledge, like I told y'all earlier. There's a ledge here, and it just pops right in. You know when it's in. This works. I went ahead and tested it before I start popping these rivets in all the way down, because I'm going to go from one side all the way around to the other side. So I'm going to set this back down, and then you're really just gonna see my butt while I do this, which is unfortunate because I don't have one. Hear that? It just pops right in. Now I am gonna put my light on here so I can see and make sure that, and I got this one too, super bright, awesome light. Again, Walmart line. It's got a magnet on it, so I can sit there and do it like this. And generally it works pretty good. Look at that. And I'm not kidding, it's just hitting it for it to go in. Because they just run around the edges. Yeah, see? Pretty easy. Ow. Guess what? It's on, baby. All right, guys. I'm back. I'm going to show you the last few bits that screws that I have to put in that really lock the door on. All the rivets I knocked into place. You saw how I did it. It's the only way I know how to do it. You know, don't use a hammer. If you do, use a rubber mallet and just kind of lightly tap. It'll pop right in, pretty simple. So I have one screw here and then a cover plate to put over it. I've got 2 screws back here and a cover plate to put on it. And I got one right here, one right here. See it? And then I'm all done. I really hope this wasn't too long. I'm a little bit too close too. I don't know who I'm trying to get to with these videos. I just feel it's just shit everybody should know how to do on their own so they can save money, especially in today's economy. You know, money's tight. Shout out to some of my mentors. What's Your Forte? He's got a great YouTube page, a lot of content on DIY for BMW. Thick Whips, everybody in the BMW European world knows him, especially BMW stuff. Great guy, go follow him. He's got a ton of followers. And last but not least, Dallas Kaysen, Unworthy Motors. Go ahead and check him out as well. I'd like to promote. I'm not looking to make money on this, boys. I just want to help. And God, I look freaking old this morning. Yeah, probably because I don't know. I'm not going to get into it right now, but appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. I hope this was helpful. And I promise, I hope I edit this thing down to where it's not 85 minutes and you're like, this guy sucks. So y'all have a good one. Sunday morning. God bless. Praise him. He's the one that brings it all to us. And if you don't believe in him, that's okay. I don't care. I do. And we can still be friends. So enjoy. Have a great Sunday. Here in Charlotte, North Carolina, Fort Mill, South Carolina is where I live. Weather's going to be 65, 70, sunny. So going to get the BMW out today. And I'm going to show you that right now. She's sitting outside. There she is. She's just waiting to get a little bit of a rinse down. And I'm just going to do a spray foam, let it sit, and then rinse it off. And then she's getting driven. So y'all have a good one.